I wanted to talk about my boy, the Spaniard, Santi Aldama, out of Loyola, Maryland. Shout out from Maryland myself. I go to University of Kansas for college. About to go into my senior year after the semester. But that's this video is about Santi Aldama, the man from Spain, the guy that I still believe is the steal of the NBA draft, even though he played only 30 games. But tonight he had arguably the second best game of his career. He came out there at 20 points, 2 steals, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and I've said it before, this is a guy who is a multifaceted player. He's a power forward, okay? He's a guy who I think can be a secondary playmaker out of the elbow or the low post. He's also a guy who can stretch the floor. He's a guy who can rebound. I really see him as a guy who can easily average, 15 points at the very least, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists as a career average at the very minimum. That's his floor, and anything above, I think he's going to be great. And tonight we saw it was evident. So tonight we saw he had that layup that Ziaire Williams hit him on an assist with, and Konchar, assisted him, and he had that driving, floating shot, kind of like a floater. That I thought was nice for a big man. He has really good mobility for being about 6'11". Okay, and there are going to be a lot of Paul Gasol comparisons, but I just think the thing is with comparing Hall of Famers, especially when they're from the same country, and there's everyone comes at people when they're make race on race. If they're a white guy on a white guy, there's always things. So I try to stay out of that, and I try to just stay out of comparisons. Physically speaking, I think he's a little bit more fluid and more limber than Paul was as a youngster. I think Paul was more power, and I think Santi Aldama will be a guy that if we look in the NBA and think of anybody who has his similar skill set, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but I think he could be a similar player to Al Horford. Is that a bad comparison? I think Al Horford's a very good comparison for Santi Aldama. Is maybe not the same physical style, but stat lines and play style. I think it could be very similar to Al Horford, and I'm talking Al Horford, Boston Celtics, but more Atlanta Hawks, peak Atlanta Hawks. And the other thing is this guy who's shown he can hit the 3-point shot. He hit that corner 3 and he hit the one in the middle. And also shout out John Konchar. I love John Konchar. Every time I watch him, I'm just this guy's so much fun to watch. So much fun to watch. But that's where, again, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about this? Are you guys on the same page with me that Santi Aldama, especially when you look at the Memphis Grizzlies contract situation for this upcoming offseason, I think it gives you an idea of Santi Aldama wasn't going to get playing time this year because, especially with everyone on contracts, but I truly believe that this is going to be a good situation for our boy Santi next year to get some playing time, because Kyle Anderson's not going to come back. I don't expect him. Tyus Jones, Jared Culver, probably not going to come back, and Jared Culver didn't get any playing time. Okay, so Santi Aldama, Desmond Bane, John Konchar, Ziaire Williams, Brandon Clark. Okay, right there you got 5. D'Anthony Milton, Jared Jackson, Ja Morant. That's 8. Then Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks, that's 10. And you still have Xavier Tillman, and you probably bring back Yves Pond. So that's 12 guys you got on the roster for next year. Do you bring back Kelly and Tilly? That's 13. So then, 2 rookies. So for me, I see Santi Aldama taking Kyle Anderson's minutes next year. Okay, and fighting with Xavier Tillman and Brandon Clark basically for those minutes, and maybe the rookie. Peace out.